Oh, wow. That's a... Not even paying attention.
Thanks.
We just got smacked in the rear. Oh, we could do some work here. Let's work in unison. Let's get him to turn. I'm trying to help him out. Oh, that's close. Oh, it's so close. Ooh, that was a good hit too. He's finally getting seen. All right, they've turned. Let's see if we can help out here. Oh no. Got it. Worth it. Snuck that in there. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here, and we are back with another Mechwarrior Online build review. This is actually brought to you by one of my sponsors. I'd like to say thank you again for supporting me and believing enough to dropping some coin behind that. So thank you again, and let's go ahead and dive into this. So, wow, right in front of you is an iconic mech. I think for me, the Summoner has a unique place. Yes, I remember it in Mechwarrior 2, but specifically, one of the most iconic scenes to me is the Mechwarrior 3 intro. And I just remember the Timberwolf and the Summoner cresting the hill, and just, well, that just iconic scene is burned into my memory. And of course, as the Summoner was walking through the streets and stepping on the poor infantry. Anyways, regardless, in MWO, this mech has came and went. You see it sometimes used as an SRAM brawler, which actually it still does very well, to some of its meta days where you saw the two peeps set up. And actually you can still run that. It's just not as good as it used to be. But what made those setups work, especially in that case of the two peeps with our high mounted chest mounts. Now, that's not what we're running on this particular setup. As you can first see, we've got an SRM 6 right here. We've got 3 ER mediums, 1 in the left arm and 2 in the right arm. With the right arm, I also have a lower arm actuator, which allows me to aim, which again, you'll see so many times I really enjoy, especially going up against a light mechs or just fast movers or just the ability to like shield with a little bit. On the left arm, we also have an Ultra AC 20, not an LB 20. The UAC 20 being able to, of course, double tap and pull that trigger again for another shot. So overall, this build is, I would say, medium to short range, of course, with the short being the SRM and the UAC. But being clan tech, it does have some range here. So let's go ahead and hop in the mech lab. I'm going to show you what specifically we have on this, and then hop into the skill tree as well. And then we'll jump into some gameplay to showcase what this build can do, and in the right circumstances and right hands, what's possible. And maybe, just maybe, this is a mech you adore, and I can definitely understand why. Again, from the iconic look of it, I think they really did a great job capturing it. It does look quite unique, actually. I would say it's one of those where it's reminiscent of the Thunderbolt, right? You can see where inspiration was taken somewhat from that. If this was over here, and anyways, you can sort of see it picture in your head. But also too, from me, is just like the Timberwolf and Mad Dog, where they share lower legs, the Summoner and Hellbringer do as well. And it's just always one of those things that I've always sort of adored about this mech, and of course, they captured it quite well. And especially with this left arm here, I've always that sort of double knee, outward knee, but in this case, outward elbow joint. Very, very cool. Yeah, I think it's one of those where if you love the Summoner, I understand why. And again, that sort of asymmetrical look. I always sort of wondered about these pods right here, these SRM. Anyways, we'll talk about that in another video. Let's go and hop into the mech lab, shall we? All right, this is pretty standard fare. We don't have anything too flashy here. We got a UAC 20 with 3.5 tons of UAC ammo, an SRM 6 with 1 ton of ammo, and 3 ER mediums. Now, I do have a lower arm actuator that'll allow me to independently aim with the arms, which again helps at least me because arm tracking is a little bit easier with the UAC 20 as well. Now, you can't do it with any type of ballistic and or PPC because it's counted as a ballistic. So you lose that lower arm actuator, which to me, I wish they would have just sort of got rid of, because it just sort of inhibits. Anyways, that's another topic in general. As far as armor, pretty much maxed out except for 5 available in each leg, and then the 2 in the head, but we still have 18, which is standard. Max everywhere else out. I'm going to leave 5 in the rear here. Nothing too crazy. It's just one of those things to sort of keep in mind. Now, because our main firepower here is the left side of our mech, we will be trying to shield, and if possible, shield with our right arm and right torso, and that's really the best case scenario here. For consumables, because again, we're not using anything that's too heat intensive, we're not doing full, laser vomit or anything build, though with the UAC 20, it can build up heat. We're going to go with airstrike and an advanced UAV. I believe that we won't run into as much heat issues, and hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. All right, moving on to the skill tree. Pretty straightforward here. I went with the enhanced UAC and rack. And again, combined, we have a 15%, bonus there to jam duration, right? So it's 15% jam duration negative. Also, laser duration, we've got 3 ER mediums. I mean, again, it's one of those 7.5%. Also, mag capacity, that's going to help out per ton. And in doing so, what I also did is I picked up a few of the velocity nodes over just range. And instead of, I have to use these to connect to get the cooldown. So I might as well go with velocity instead of range, because clan weapons already have pretty good range here. And I did this as well with the velocity and cooldown down here and nixed the range right there. Survival, as you guys already sort of know, left side of survival tree is probably your best bet here. For mobility, we actually went right side. You can also go left, it doesn't really matter, but we picked up that speed tweak, which allows us to go 84.6 kph. Nothing jump jets, don't ever touch this tree. Operations, not needed for this. And of course, sensors, again, 60% radar deprivation is the key to success. Consumable, we're gonna go with slot and of course, advanced salvo, for consumables, we're going to go consumable slot and advanced salvos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and jump into a few matches, showcase what this build is capable of, and see if I can pull off some stuff. And again, quick shout out to my patrons for the support and for selecting this, because it's a mech that I think I ignore quite often, or more often than not, even though I think it deserves, especially from the iconic stance. It is a very, very iconic mech and cool mech, and I think the right hands and right setup can perform quite well. So let's go to hop in here. All right, here we go, River City. Haven't been on this map in a while. It's like we got skirmish game mode. Check out some third-person action here. Oh yeah, you like that? This is a cool looking mech, I will give you that. It's one of those where I can definitely understand, especially it's sort of asymmetrical. I think some people just sort of like it for that regard too. It sort of breaks the mold. It's fast, it's agile. It doesn't have as much payload space as something that did have Indo, or maybe didn't have fixed jump jets or whatnot. But when you look at the clan 70 tonners, you got this, the Sun Spider in particular. Anyways, it's a fun mech. It's agile, and again, it's fast. I think the main role I normally see this in is the dual peep or SRM6 build. Again, you can do SRM6s with Artemis and plenty of ammo, and like I said, jump jet capability. It's really nice. So what we're gonna do here is see if we can maneuver here without getting shot at. Yeah, definitely have to be careful here. Do some damage while we can. Every little bit of damage counts. This game is a game of attrition, and if you can make them bleed more, then do that. And what we're gonna try to do is jump jet up here. Watch out for. Oh no, we didn't get it. We just got. Oh wow, game. Wow, you hate me. You hate me. Alpha's out in the middle. Oh, they're pushing. They're pushing heavy. Oh, that's friendly damage. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, that was me. Didn't mean to. Sorry, Derp.
Target spotted.
Oh, we got someone near us popping UAV. Here, bro. Come on, bro. Actually, we're not in a bad spot here. Jesus, game. I hate the spots you can just get stuck on this. So frustrating. Anybody else feel that way? I'm gonna put an airstrike there. They're not gonna be able to see it. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky. We can help out, I think, over here. Oop, we did get a hit. Did get a hit. There's a bushy. I don't wanna, let's let them stick their nose out, shall we? And this is my good arm. It's my good arm, pa. We can do this. close on this killer. Yep, we're gonna go for him. If my jump jets will allow me. Ah, man, jump jets are so sad in this game. They really are. That was a bad shot. Again, that's more me, not the mech. That's one thing, I think I would swap out this build. I wouldn't do a UAC 20. The UAC 20s, again, they're a good weapon sometimes. If you don't get jammed up, which happens so often. But then also with that, having to like land the round every single time. I say that, of course, I'm getting kill here, getting some damage, I get that. I'm overheating here. Wow, I didn't think we'd be that hot. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's just play it smart here. SRM. Alright, left arm, that's annoying. Let's get that. We'll just pop tart here, that's fine, that's fine. You know. Oh, he's got UAC 20s too. Interesting. Alright. That's alright. Oh,
target destroyed.
Yeesh, that almost ended my career as a mech warrior.
Destroyed.
Did. Yeah, I would probably, me personally, I would probably put a LB20 instead on here. That's just me. Ooh, are we gonna survive this one? I don't know, man. Let's see if we can live here. Preserve that KD, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you do.
New target acquired.
Let's see if I'm jump jetting here. Fire? No. Okay.
Destroyed.
Okay, looks like we got Kit Fox left. Yeah, I would definitely put a UAC, I would replace the UAC 20 with an LB. One, you don't have to worry about jam. We didn't have any jams there. But the pinpoint nature of LB as you're getting closer, in a lot of those situations where we could have just put 20 instead of having to like track it. So that's probably why you don't see as much damage as well. I did miss some shots, but let's go to hop into another match. I think one other thing that makes sort of like a bracket build like this difficult is the fact of it is a bracket build, right? You rely so much on this Ultra AC-20 staying in the fight, and if anybody knows anything about the summoner, they can easily negate that advantage just by taking off that arm. Not only would you lose that, but you'd lose the ER medium as well. I think that's also another reason why, I mean, bracket builds, you know, just, it's better usually to go all in on something than just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, sometimes they do work, but again, just sort of talking out loud here, my thoughts isn't a final verdict, especially in the case of this. Let's go ahead and back up here. Let's go ahead and if we can get damage out here, cool. Shield with my right here, especially as that guy becomes vulnerable. I'm more worried about that Jaeger than I am the Annihilator right now. Running a little bit hot. I think we're getting lucky here with some damage here, and I'll take a lucky. Again, unfortunately, that's more of a spawn problem for their team as assaults come up, but they wanted to fight us here, so that's what we shall do. Take a round there, and we're gonna bait him and see if he, oh, we didn't get the strike, did we? Nope. Someone else got the strike. We do have an enemy UAV there. Again, you'll see a range number appear, and that is when you need to fire. All right, so my team is also rotating. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to that mini map there, but it is happening, so I need to be very aware of that. I need to go ahead and help out. We got another UAC 20 here. Oh, something else. Oh, that's a friendly. I was like, hold on, what's up with that? Ring around the rosy. Nice game we're playing here. I think I'm faster than him. Yeah, I am. Oh, we had our first jam. All right, take out that other side. Let's go. We had something back here. Let's go ahead and go, where should we help out? Probably Alpha here. They do have a UAV. Wolverine. That's scary. That's a dangerous setup right there. He's got a UAV above, so he does have the advantage here. I would say probably go for his legs. Oh, just when things couldn't get worse, I also jam. So in this case, I'm going to shield with my left arm. Got lucky on that one. UAC's almost out, so I'm going to go at alpha with that. My right torso's almost out. Oh, we're losing this. We lost the fight over there. I don't think there's really any more I could do. 736. And I think really, and again, this is a build that was given to me, I would change it to an LB. The fact of UAC 20s, and especially, there's not a problem if you've got like 2 UAC 20s maybe, or like 3 UAC 10s, right? The jam chance on that all occurring, yes, it does happen. Ooh, good strike there. But that's also one of the drawbacks to this type of weapon system. And especially you only having one, is that if it's taken out, and that taken out could easily be from enemy fire, or it can be taken out just because of the jam mechanic in this game. And unfortunately, it's just not a good trade-off when you only have one, right? And that's unfortunate because one by itself isn't really like, ooh, ah, scary or effective or reliable, but I would probably change that out. Now, ER mediums. I think in this build, you may just be better going off with heavy mediums. And just for the fact of you're going close range anyways, LB, heavy mediums. And what you could probably do here is swap the ones in the right arm to heavy mediums and potentially the one in the left arm as well. So some last minute thoughts on this particular build. Would I recommend it out there? No, I probably wouldn't recommend this. And again, this was given to me by one of you guys out there, so thank you again for sending it in. But the one thing that I've always sort of haven't liked about the UACs is how unreliable they are. I mean, when you do get the double tap, that's nice, but then also when you get the jam in the middle of combat, you've got effective weapon that's just out of it, and that's like effectively not even having it there. And when you boil this down to just 3 ER mediums and an SRM6 on a 70 tonner, less firepower than what you would expect out of a 70 ton. And with the UAC 20 being out, what I would probably recommend is go up to an LB 20 and put it in the torso, and you can do that with some of the Omnipods. Maybe even a LB20 with 4 heavy mediums, and I actually run that build myself, and I think that would be more reliable. One, you've got the LB in a up armored location, and then you've got the heavy mediums to back it up. But as far as this configuration, one, I think the iconic sort of look, whether it's running a PPC and an LB10 and an LRM10, you know, I get that. But as far as the overall effectiveness of the chassis, I think its strengths really, you know, land on the SRM build and then the 2 peeps as well. And, you know, if you try anything else like we did here today, you can be effective. It does have the speed, and I think that's where you could catch people off guard. But that's also where the SRM build comes in, where you can come around, burst, you know, the SRMs, and you can get out of dodge. But you can really be aggressive with this. But unfortunately, with all of your weapons being in a vulnerable sort of location, you notice how often it got shot out or jammed. This is one of those builds that I would probably, I'd probably give it like a C minus to just a C. C minus, I think, is good out of you know, comparatively. But that's also one of the drawbacks of the chassis, not having Indo steel and the available tonnage of some of the other 70-ton Omni mechs out there. But overall, I love this mech. I think it's an iconic mech, and I know some people out there may have builds. So I guess that's where I'm going to leave you guys out. What builds do you utilize on the Summoner, and what do you find effective? Are you like me, where I look at it and I think of SRM 6s with Artemis, you know, 5 of them, right? 2 ER PPCs, maybe an LB with the heavy mediums. There's only so much you can do, and it does have a limited amount of tonnage. And when you drop that tonnage in something like a UAC or an LB, that's a lot of tonnage that the Summoner can only do so much with. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Quick shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you so much. And of course, if you'd like to become one, I'll have that information down below. And of course, don't forget to catch me live. I stream Monday through Friday every single week. Catch me at twitch.tv/NGNGTV. Just stop by, make sure to say hello, maybe a follow. and I hope to see you there. But guys, this has been another Mechwarrior Online build review of the Summoner. And of course, I just want to say thank you again for watching. I will see you on the next Mechwarrior Online build review. Until next time. So I'm just going to keep my head down. Utilize my lasers here. I'm not going to waste ammo, especially at that range. It is a burst fire weapon with the UAC 20, so just sort of keep that in mind. Shoot some targets. I'm scraping them. Really, it's not a biggie. It's not going to affect my heat. As you can see, their assaults are just now getting here as well. This is one of those maps where you could really, really mess them up if you get there. Looks like they have a flea. And the flea is going to be shot at by some friendlies. Look like that's a Rack 2 Shadowhawk. Ooh, hello. All right. Oh, well, there's a geometry there, unfortunately. We're going to go take a shot there. And again, unfortunately, with the LODs of some of this terrain, it doesn't really help you. Oh, well, that was our Incubus just died. And we also have a UAV up there. Obviously, this isn't ideal. I'm going to try to take that down for our friendlies. One thing to note when you're shooting at UAVs, it'll give you a range. So keep that in mind. Yeah, this is not ideal. We're about to be down 2 mechs already. We have a Nova that's Leroying as well. We're about to be down 3 people. All right, this is going to end well. I'm going to double tap there. I'm going to go drop a strike right here. Let's see, maybe I can get lucky and he'll crest right into my shots. All right, they just took down my UAV, of course. Smart on them. Don't want that information again to... People don't realize how effective information warfare is, even if it's cliche in its name. Still does matter.
New target acquired.
So what I'm doing is just keeping my head down. Obviously a lot of firepower potential out there, and I don't want to necessarily be their target.
New target acquired.
My left arm again is my main damage dealer here. My stalker. Alright, that's weird. There you can see at the low hanging arms, unfortunately.
New target acquired.
Oh wow, that's a... Not even paying attention.
Thanks.
We just got smacked in the rear. Oh, we could do some work here. Let's work in unison. Let's get him to turn. I'm trying to help him out. Oh, that's close.
Fuel at 25%.
Oh, it's so close.
Acquired.
Ooh, that was a good hit too. He's finally getting seen. All right, they've turned. Let's see if we can help out here.
Level critical.
Oh no.
Target destroyed.
Got it. Worth it.
Acquired.
Snuck that in there. He did a good job. He came in there very sneakily, I might add.
Heat level critical.
Oh wow, yeah, I just Leroyed out in the middle of open, and yep, that's gonna be the death of me. There's really nothing I can do about this.
Destroyed.
Sometimes if you drop this a little bit too early,
Target
I
spotted.
don't think this is a bad thing though, so
Airstrike.
we're gonna go ahead and pop that.
New target acquired.
He actually may be coming up here. That's a little bit ballsy. Nope, he's backing up. I mean, mistakes were made. The UAC, what it's doing, or that UAV, what it's doing is it's letting us know if anybody's coming around that back side.
New target acquired.
Again, that's quite useful. Looks like we do have friendly. See, he's coming around the back side, and we got a Vapor Eagle down here, which gives us the information, and him is at a disadvantage that he's about to run into a lot of mechs. These ATMs. All right, so I want to be within 120 meters, and it's going to negate his ATMs. Now, I got to be careful here. His entire team, I just jammed, by the way. All right, unjammed. All right, I'm going to get out of here. That was a good play by me, and it's still a good UAV. I'm going to drop a strike right here. And we're gonna let him come around. Something just got in my way. Oh, it's that friendly mech. Come on, dude, move. I'm taking all this damage because of him. And I'm standing on him now.
25%.
It's so annoying.
Warning, incoming missile.
It's like, bro, you just... All right, so if we hold here, I think we can still win. But that's the problem. They're being aggressive and we're being defensive. And more often than not, aggression wins. There's UAV over there. They're going to be coming around. Our assault's about to die.
New target.
This is, again, we're rotating to rotate. And I got to join the fight, so let's go do it. This dude is getting on my nerves. Bro, get out of my way.
25%.
Alright. I feel like I did some good damage there, but unfortunately, we are 0-3. But you can only control what you can control, right? You can't control everything. Oh, that jam on that UAC. That's why I would probably switch this build to an LB. You never have to worry about jam.
Target acquired. New target.
Do as much damage as you want. It's super annoying. Low slung. My torch is about to go.
Target acquired.
And it's so hard sometimes in these mechs. Yeah, this match is already over. Ooh, that's the Mark II. Come here, buddy. Let's see if we can get you. Fall down. You did. And doesn't look like we're winning this one either.
Torso destroyed. SRM destroyed. Family explosion detected. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Right arm critical damage.
Try to link up here. Looks like we do have some targets here. Oh, heck yeah, we do.
Target spotted.
Of course, a jam here. Because, you know,
At 25%. Fuel at 0%.
reasons. I'm just gonna stand still, hope nothing hits me. Okay.
Sorry.
Now,
Need assistance.
yeah, that guy's on a little bit of a
Target spotted.
pickle here, depending if they're still there. Yep, they are.
New target acquired.
Shield there. Don't want to take any more hits. It's an IV4, MRMs, go figure. And they're under the underpass,
Thanks.
New target
the
acquired.
underhang there, if you will. So it's very difficult to get rounds like artillery and stuff. And they can just drop them on us, which makes that sort of us at a disadvantage here. We have a Shadow Cat up top. I'm going to try to help out.
Airstrike online.
Oh, that just popped him pretty good. CT. We might be able to actually take that Shadow Cat if he's not smart. He's got backup though. I may have issue. There's a Wolfhound back here as well.
Need assistance.
Let's see what I can do if he's bugged out of here.
Online.
Okay. He's got support back there.
Acquired.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
UAV activated.
UAV, let's go take that down.
New target
assistance.
acquired.
All right, we're 0-1. I'm wondering if me dropping down would cause enough chaos.
Acquired. New target acquired.
Gotta be careful here. I want to create havoc, but I don't want to become...
Target spotted.
Those low slung hard points.
Target
Ooh,
acquired.
K2. Let's go after that. Again, target is for opportunity. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. Right leg.
Target spotted. Enemy is trying to chip away at us.
Okay, so that's... Again, CT here, unfortunately. Alright. Move right in there just a bit. Let's let him sort of maneuver here. Go for his leg. Got it. Sort of shield in here. For 5-4, our right torso is hurt.
Torso critical damage.
It's joined by another mech.
Incoming missile.
I don't know what that is, so we're just gonna maneuver here.
Online.
Oh wow, so they knew exactly where I was. 6-4.
New target.
Alright, Shadowhawk's retreating. I have a group over here. So I took a lot more damage than I should have there. Maybe I should have just
Acquired.
took his leg and ran.
Target spotted.
It's always a tough call. Let's see if we can come over here.
New target acquired.
Alright, he just dropped down. Right. Why we're getting the...
New target acquired.
Alright, his back's wide open to us. Okay, there's a kill.
Target acquired.
And there's an IV4. There's Brio. Oh, I just ate all that to my CT. Ah.